Hey, so what's going on, everyone? Right now I'm gonna kind of just go over the things that you kind of need to work towards and what you're gonna need to have to be able to be a, I guess you can say, a good solo trap, because many people try to make solo traps and don't know exactly what they're doing, and then they end up basically getting zeroed or something, or they take a hit that they can't take yet, and they just get completely wiped out or something. So I'm just going to kind of go over the account and show you a little bit about what you kind of need to do to be able to eat those super big marches from those huge players and, be successful. So first thing I want to start off with is heroes, because heroes is a huge part of being able to get the stats. So when you get attacked, you have really good attack stats or something like that. And so the ones I would recommend that are pretty much the most important that you can use, there's some that you can switch out for, but the ones I recommend is Oathkeeper, Snow Queen, Bombing Goblin, and Rose Knight. And then I haven't unlocked some of them because, as you can see, this account is not that old. It's pretty new. And then also, I would have to say Demon Slayer and Tracker. And the reason is, if I go over here and press on it, if you look at the bottom where it says rank 2 and rank 7 and that, you can see that Tracker can give you range defense and range attack, which is very important because you need to be able to have range attack and defense, because defense, everybody when they start thinks is, oh my gosh, defense is everything that we need. Like, that is the best thing. Truly, it is kind of one of the worst things. Basically, your attack is your defense. Your attack stats are your defenses, in my opinion, or another way to put it. So, if you look, Tracker gives you range attack. Demon Slayer, I'm pretty sure, gives you infantry. Yep, infantry attack and infantry HP, so he's really good. And then if you go over here, Oathkeeper gives you infantry also, and also if you look at this, you can see you need to upgrade and get the medals for him to upgrade him, because right now my Oathkeeper is green right now, and if I end up getting it to gold, I'll go from 5% attack, or yeah, 5%, well, 5% for the army HP to 50, and then my infantry attack will go from 3 to 30%. So my attack stats will incline dramatically from just some heroes. So you need to make sure that you get them to gold and stuff. That way you get those attack stats. That way you can take hits from bigger people. And then Snow Queen, as you can see, gives you range, attack, and HP boost. So that's very good. And then Rose Knight and Bombing Goblin both give you, at gold, 20% army HP. I'm actually pretty sure it's 20%. I haven't checked in a while. Army boost, yes, it gives you 20. So that means that 20% attack boost goes towards range, siege, and cavalry, and infantry. So that spreads out between 3 for just that one attack. That spreads out for basically 3, because you won't really be using a lot of siege. You can have siege in your trap account, but it's not a lot of people do it, and some do, which I most likely will have at least like 1,005 and or 150,000. But otherwise, basically that 20% attack boost is going towards range, cavalry, and infantry. So that's about 60% attack just between that one thing. And then, now that we're done with that, another thing is your troops. So right now, as you can see, I have a couple of tier 1 troops just because my account is just fresh, so I kind of need the troops so that I can go out and gather resources I need and stuff. But basically, when I'm finished, my finished product of troop, like my troop count, will end up being 150,000 siege, about 3 million of each tier 2, because your tier 2 is basically like your second wall, because your wall's in there to not let anything by, but of course the majority of the time they'll break it, and so you need to have something to be able to keep those troops away while your other troops are attacking or whatever. So you should at least have 3 million of each tier 2. And the reason you use tier 2 instead of tier 1 is because tier 1 are too weak, and tier 2 you want to use because they're the lowest might. Like, they give you the lowest might, because if you press on them or whatever, you can see that the might is 8. So each troop gives you 8 might. So it's very small, as if you were to like go to tier 3 and stuff, they give you a lot of might. So you want to keep your might low so people will send you solos, or like will solo you, so only send one march with hopefully their leader or something like that. So you want to have about 3 million tier 2 each. So infantry, range, and cavalry, you'll have about 3 million. And then after that, since they came out with tier 5, everyone makes about, or the majority of people make about 500,000 of infantry, range, and cavalry. So that is really good for attacking because they're very strong compared to infantry. And the reason that the majority of people do this is because people have T5 now, so against like Titans or someone that has tier 5 troops, that comp will basically get it down as long as you have good stats. And then the next thing to go on, I guess, is I can do the buildings. The buildings are very important because if you have certain buildings for everything. So right now, I'm in the process of building my trap account basically. So right now, I got all the basic stuff right here and everything, and I'm trying to level it up. And I'm rushing actually to Castle 17 so I can unlock my tier 3, and then after that, I'm basically going to try to build everything up after that. Or I may end up, once I unlock the Skirmish 8, I'll be able to do Tycoon. I think you need to be like Castle 22 or 23 for that, so I may boost just to that so I can get the Tycoon, just to get some extra stuff, like for making certain gear and stuff. But otherwise, you kind of just want to, have all your normal stuff in that. But then after that, sometimes you can in the beginning. I haven't made any yet, but you can make, lumber mills, quarry, or mines, so you can hyper for a little bit. Yeah, it'll boost up your might for now. But then whenever you're ready to trap and stuff, you can just knock all of them out. And then after that, you won't, it'll take away that might. So you can make some of the stuff to start hypering for your guild or something, which my guild right now currently recommends. Even if you're a rally trap or any type of trap, you can still do that. And then after that, you want about, I would say, 3 barracks, because that way you can at least produce more troops. And then after that, people will sit there and put infirmaries and stuff, but I'm not going to be taking any solos anytime soon. So right now, I have a bunch of manors, and once I unlock this Skirmish 7, I'll be putting more manors, and I think I can fit about 4 more over there. And the reason for that is you want to be able to get your troop training speed down. And as you look here, the manors produce gold and increase at Barracks training speed, so my training speed will be less, so then I can train a lot more troops faster. Also, when you look at your wall, right now you can see I have three heroes stationed on my wall right now, but that's just because I haven't unlocked all the slots. But once you do unlock all of them, you will want to be putting in all the heroes I had said in the beginning into those slots, because when you get attacked, the whatever heroes on your wall are, those are the stats that you're getting for your wall. If you look, I can press on it. Right now, I take my range or snow queen off, I get my I lose, or I get my trap defense, and then my infantry HP would be taken away if I didn't have that. So if I had like her on, I'd be getting siege HP or something. I don't need siege HP. I need the big, the big things to help out, like my ranged attack and infantry, which I will get them once I level their rank up, so then I can have the actual attack. But as of right now, I don't got to worry about getting attacked or anything like that. Another thing is, you also, while making your trap, you need to make your trap look like a trap. So if you go into my stats right now, you can kind of see I got no losses, no victories or nothing. I haven't been hit, I haven't been scouted, none of that. But as being a trap, if you have a bunch, because you can look here, if you have a bunch of successful defenses and then not a lot of failed defenses, that's a big red sign. That means you're able to capture whatever anyone sends to you. So the way to get that to be different is you can sit there, maybe have your guild just burn you at one time and just keep sending solo marches, and those numbers will just go up dramatically. And that way, when someone goes to attack you, they see how many losses you got. Oh, I can burn this dude. This ain't no trap or whatever, They'll just think it's easy as pie. And then, so that's one way to get your losses down and stuff. So I recommend doing that before you boost troops for being a trap. And then after that, I would go out, like right now I said I was boosting to Castle 17. So once I get boosted to Castle 17, I want to keep saving up to make tier 3, and then hopefully I'll be able to send a full solo march of tier 3 infantry, and I'll just go on a killing spree and try to get my troops killed up, and my successful hit. Sorry, I got a big brain fart right now, but I can get my successful attacks up. And then that way I'll at least just look like a normal player that doesn't spend any money or anything. I'm basically just a noob, and anyone can come and wreck me or whatever, and it'll throw people off. So that's one thing you could do. Another important thing is Coliseum, of course, because you got to get those gems. I recently just unlocked Coliseum yesterday, so I'm at about 24 gems however many minutes or hours it takes to get my gems. But still, the fact is, I'm basically a free-to-play. I've spent $2 on $1 packs on this account, and that is it. Probably will be the only amount of money I spend on this account for almost a full year or something. I don't know. But basically, free-to-play have to do the way of building the trap a little bit different than people that are spending maybe $100 every week on the game or something, or just on this simple account. So it'll be totally different. But then I'm just gonna keep going with other things that's kind of goes into the account. Which next thing I'm gonna do is research, because right now research is probably going to be where all your stats come from, where basically everything you need goes between troops and or besides troops and your heroes and gear. But to start off with the research, I personally haven't touched any of the economy. Beforehand on my trap account, I did some of the construction speed and vault management, and that was basically about it, just so I can get stuff done faster. But right now, I kind of played this game for so long, patience is just second nature, so I can wait like 64 days without even boosting anything, and just wait for 64 days or something, not have a problem. But I haven't touched economy, I haven't touched defense. Defense, you don't need it, and actually if you have like spikes or archer tower or spike boulders, when someone attacks you and breaks down your walls and you have traps, your traps count towards your losses. So that could very well indicate if you will burn or not. So those can mess up with your attack. So I would not recommend doing any defense research whatsoever. Other hand, on the military, this is basically where all your stuff comes into. All your might comes from basically just military research. And my biggest thing for you is you don't want to unlock tier 4, because that's a lot of might. If it wasn't that much might, then yeah, go ahead and do it, but it is a crazy amount. Unless you're a rally trap or you're just a regular player, you do not want to unlock tier 4, or maybe you're a griffin trapper or something. But those are a little bit more complicated to make. But otherwise, right now, as you can see, I have basically no research done. But the thing to make it, like, make your stats better is basically what I will end up be doing is every single thing from my training speed 1 all the way down to having army offense 1. Every single thing from here down will be 9 out of 10. It gives you a crazy amount of attack boost. So when you get attacked, your attack will be so high just because you got so much research done in your military. I know people that have not done that and it just screwed them over. I mean, technically, if you want, you could max out a battle hall, altar, and prison, and then unlock Academy 25. Then you could max everything out to 10, but I doubt I'll be using gems to do that. I'm pretty sure I'll just keep going with it. Like I said, this account's technically free to play. People will be like, oh no, you spent $2, it's not free to play, but it's probably the only money I'm going to be spending on this account. On the other hand, monster hunting, I haven't really done anything, as you can see. I only have Monster Hunting 2 done because Monster Hunting 2, the level 2 monsters kind of give you like a little bit of better stuff. Like basically level 1 monster just gives you resource and that's about it. When you hit at least a level 2, you can start getting shields, or more often you'll get shields, and then you can get speed ups and stuff. So that's the only reason I've unlocked it. I don't plan on really doing more research on this for now. But that's basically all for monster hunting. And the upgrade defense, same thing as regular defense. Don't touch it. No need to. But then upgrade military. You can upgrade and max out all the, like, the research to make your troop costs low. But if you got a bank and you're having hyper farms and stuff, then you shouldn't have any problem with resources. So I wouldn't try to get the extra might for those. I mean, it wouldn't add probably the biggest amount, but me, I still don't want it. So I'm going to just get as much as I need to do to end up getting quick swap 1 and 2. I think what that is basically having all my just maxing it out to that point. I don't remember exactly what will be what out of 10 or whatever, you know. So basically, for a military upgrade, you just want to do whatever you want to get to quick swap. That way, you can just swap between your gear fast. And once I go into familiars, I'm going to have to switch accounts to show you guys, so that way you'll actually be able to see what I'm talking about. And I think I'm going to do the same thing for jewels. But otherwise, for now, you want to get quick swap because that'll help you swap between different sets really fast, and I'll show that to you a little bit later, but for now we'll have to skip that. And then army leadership, say, or basically I'll be unlocking a different phalanx or something, because say I get attacked by infantry and I'm running an inf and cav phalanx, then I could switch to cavalry and counter that infantry. Or if I'm getting hit from range, I can switch to an infantry phalanx or whatever. So I can counter the person that attacks me. But you can do both of them or whatever, which I probably will do. But that's a good thing to do is, you know, get both those phalanx. You don't need to go any farther. People can get wedge and stuff, but that's just a lot of extra might you don't really need. Military command, the only thing really any traps need is to research to get breakthrough. And what breakthrough does is unlocks mythic, which mythic is basically once you get your item or whatever to gold, if you have mythic or breakthrough unlocked, then you can upgrade to mythic and get even higher stats. So maybe when I have all my war free to play gear about gold, I can purchase, maybe they'll have an event or whatever that like they have now, and I can purchase Ember Chest and then hopefully get like a couple of gold embers or something and unlock break. And then, you know, since I had breakthrough unlocked, I can get my pieces mythic like I had on my old trap account. Basically, the familiar battles, sigils, and War of Wonders, or the gear for tier 5, you don't need to touch that at all. Familiars, on my other chat before I had basically got screwed over from it, I unlocked Pack 3 because Pack 3 does have some really good stuff, and it can help you with basically certain of the monster familiars or whatever. Certain of the certain familiars could help you, like maybe get gems for free to help you keep up with gems because you're free to play. It's not that easy to get gems, or could help you get stamina to upgrade your monsters or whatever. So if you want, I go up to either Pack 3 or Pack 2, and that's about it. Going to Pack 4 from what I've heard is like trying to unlock tier 4. So I would not recommend doing that because that's going to be a lot of might, and it's going to take an extremely long time to do. But otherwise, for that part, I would say that you probably could, research the Pack 3. So that's about basically all you need. Next thing I'll go into is basically gear. I kind of started forging gear right now. As you can see, I got my Fairy Tomahawk upgrading right now. So I'm just going to give you basically the free-to-play best setup right now. So for free-to-play, basically the main thing you're going to want is basically things that give you good attack stats between basically more than just one troop type. So like right here, I got my Lost Islands relic. If I end up getting a gold, I'll have infantry attack and range attack plus army HP. So that does very good for me. So if you get a castle 25 and then workshop 25, level 25, then you can unlock 3 accessories. So I'll have, most likely by the time I hit castle 25, I'll have 3 of these lost relics, gold or mythic. Another thing, your offhand. This is basically the best free-to-play offhand you can get. And actually, if I go over here and press on it, because mine's forging right now, so I can't really show you. But if I go over here, press on it, and show you gold, it gives you 10% cavalry attack, infantry attack is 6.5, and then range attack is 3.5, which is extremely good. That's a very good thing. And then another thing that's free to play to go for is basically the lunar thing, and that gives you range. It gives you army HP plus some siege attack. You don't really care about the siege attack, but army HP between every single troop type is very good, and the range attack is good because, and everything else, the range is kind of something that's very important, especially people that hit range. For some reason, it is extremely strong. But those are some of the other free-to-play things to do. For a helmet, if I go down here, it should be, right here. This is about the best free-to-play helmet you can get. If you get it maxed out, you get 10 infantry and 10 range attack. So that's really good because you can get attack for infantry and range. And then if you go over here, the best ones I would suggest is you can get the Armor of Abyss, which is what some people will say pretty easy to get, and it gives you infantry defense, army attack 5, so 5% attack for each troop type, and then you're getting cavalry max HP. Or you can do what I did on my other account. I actually had, if I go down here, I had I had this actually at a level blue, so I had about 11.75 cavalry attack, 11.75 range attack, and then army defense was 4. But even if you get a gold, that's about 25% range attack and 25% cav attack and 10% army attack. So that's crazy good stats. And then another thing, basically the last thing I'll show you for gear, best thing that you can get is honeycomb chaps. I've even seen some 500 milliamite people still be using honeycomb chaps just because they are extremely good. So you can get 12% range attack, 12% cavalry attack, and then 5% range defense. So they got really good stats too for honeycomb chaps. So that is what I highly recommend for that. And then that's basically kind of what I can show you right now. So let me switch to my other account, and I can get a little bit more in depth with some of the other things. Okay guys, so now we're on the main account, and I'm going to kind of show you the rest over stuff that you'll basically need for your trap account that I was not able to show you. So one thing we can go into is familiars. Like I was talking about, you can get familiar pack 3 and stuff, and it will help dramatically and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of go over some of the familiars so you can at least see what is going on and what you can look forward to, or like forwards to, or towards or whatever. I can't really speak today, so don't mind me, but basically some of the stuff you can do is these 3 right here, Rhinoceros, Trickster, and Jimmy Gremlin, are all pack 3, and they can help very well, especially maybe if I have, like, you have a bigger account or something. Like my account right here, I got my Rhinoceros, and what Rhinoceros does is basically I can complete 3 gatherings. So maybe say it's KVK, I have my troops gathering on a tile on for my, this 70 million of my account, and then my other trap account is finished, and I'm gathering. I got someone that wants to send a full solo march to one of the places that I am gathering at. I can sit here, press the familiar button, and all those 3 random gatherings will automatically be gathered, and they will start walking back towards my castle, but their march will still be walking towards that tile. And what I could do is I could make my trap account relocate to that spot, and then I can random so they can't pull back, and then I'll just eat whatever they send. So, you can have certain things, like if you have a bigger account, to make it easier for yourself to trap people or something like that. For Jimmy Gremlin right now, I'm trying to upgrade his stroke of fortune, because right now I can get about 400 to 800 gems in 2 days and 13 hours. Every 2 days and 13 hours. So I'm trying to upgrade him, get him to level 60, which is the max, just like your heroes, your own level or whatever, the max level for yourself. And then, but once I get a max, I can get from 1,000 to 2,000 gems, and I think it is every day. So that way you'll be getting gems consistently, or maybe you just want to blow all your gems on boosting troops compared with your speed ups too, and then that will this familiar right here can just keep paying for your 24-hour shields every single day, and it will help dramatically in everything you need, right? So, main thing that people use basically is, actually, let me try to find it real quick. Oh, Aquarius. This, you can, well, actually, I don't really know if it'll show me right here, where, actually, right here it should work. From pack 1B, so not even second pack or anything, so you don't have to research for this pack. From 1B, you can get this dude right here, which basically, he makes you produce more anima, which is to make packs, or you have to have anima to make packs to get their ruins or whatever you want to call them. And then he gives you stamina, so then you can try to get your hero maxed out or something, which helps very much. I actually end up getting all my heroes gold on my old trap just because of this dude right here, and it is very helpful. And then you can upgrade you can get his army talent, which at max, which you have to have these little orb things that you see at the bottom, but when you level it up, he reduces your attacker's army HP, so it'll be easier for you to kill them. So at level 1, he gives you 1.5% of knocking down their HP, but then at max, he can give you 15%. at getting their or knock their army attack down by 15%, which can help dramatically. But you also have to do research to get a slot opened on here. As you can see, I have right now Longshot, which Longshot is basically my familiar thing for Trickster. And as you can see, I get, or it increases range attack 64% when 10 of my ranged troops have fallen. So give me attack boost right here. He gives you 10% right now because I haven't leveled him up, but then he gives you infantry instead. So many different ones. You can look at them to see what they are and stuff and figure out what you want on your wall. But you can research to get these slots that you see that are unlocked. And actually, I'm going to go back to research because I think I kind of messed up on something. I think if you go to familiar battles, you can do research so you can unlock the familiar slot to put those familiars on your wall. And what I would recommend is either having just one familiar battle slot or two. So you can at least have two other things to help you with stats. So that's something you can look forwards towards. And another thing I'm going to do right now is just jewels, because a lot of people don't understand this. They'll start putting defense jewels or like these disgusting jewels in their gear and not knowing what they're doing. For a trap, the main thing you want to do is to have all attack jewels. Like I said, attack is basically your defense. Your attack stats are your defense stats. So as you can see, if I go to my Dragon's Talent on this account, I have range attack, which gives me 6% for range. Well, that was the infantry. Gives you 6 range attack, 6 cavalry attack is 6. So you can put those jewels in it. If I want to remove, I'd have to go down here, and you want to use the chisels to do it, so then it will actually remove it. But if you just do this remove jewel, it will remove and destroy it. So you won't have that jewel anymore, but you have to have one of these. Say you have a green jewel, buy the green chisel, blue jewel, blue number 3 chisel, and so forth. You get the picture. But basically, for every single piece of gear that I showed you earlier on in the video, you want to put one of these jewels in the video, or not in the video. You want to put each one of these jewels, the infantry, the range, and cavalry jewel, in each set of or piece of gear. And so that should be for every single piece of gear. I wouldn't recommend putting a green or common in there. Just only put blues, purples, and gold jewels in there. You can buy jewels packs even for training troops. If you're pay to play or big pay to play, you can just buy a bunch of training packs and then use all your regular speed ups. If you go to speed ups, you can just use all your regular speed ups to boost your like castle up and stuff faster, so you can just get it done faster. Which actually, as you can see right now, I have a lot of speed ups saved up. I think I'm just past over 460 days worth of speed ups between research and regular speed ups for my tier 4 research on this account, because as you can see, I am maxing my altar out to level 25 right now, and then I will do my academy, so I will be able to unlock my tier 4 hopefully within 2 to 3 months. But when I was talking about research towards quick swap, as you can see right now, I'm in some farming talents. It's guild fest. I kind of need to get stuff done. But if I press apply to any of these things, you can make them however you want. You can name them. I got mine named monster. I could have this as trap, and then I have to have my trap gear in here, and then I could have fake gear, which you're going to want to have fake gear for your trap account. Is when people look at your account and say you're a trap with fully mythic gear, which is pretty scary if it's good gear. If they look and just see fully mythic gear, you're just going to chase them off. So you want to have maybe this familiar gear as your trap gear, and then like your real gear, you'll be able to just switch. So I'm at familiar right now. Say this is my fake gear. I can just, someone's attacking me, switch to monster gear real quick, and which would be my attack gear, and I could just throw them off because they're like, oh my gosh, I just got captured by this small might castle, because the idea is to keep your might below. And if you look at if you looked earlier in the video, you seen I had like a quotation mark or whatever. Your turf quest, you do not want to collect any of your turf quests that I would recommend that gives you 65 might or more. Right now, like this gives me 4,000 for Academy 25, and all these gives me a crazy amounts of, crazy amounts of might. So you don't really want to collect those. You got to kind of get used to just not touching them. Or if you've seen on my other account, I had, my Night Raven right here was not hired yet, because your heroes give you might. So if you have heroes you're not going to use, then you're just adding extra might onto your trap. And the higher might you are, the more likely someone's not going to hit you, because you just seem stronger. You want to seem weak. That's the whole point. But as of that, I think that's kind of all that I need to cover. It's basically... Actually, no. There's one more thing I can cover. People that start a way to get attack jewels and resources and like the materials you need to make your gear. If you go in here and go to guild shop, you go to the unique, you can buy these admin quests. You can buy guild skull or guild quest 2, and like every single little quest gives you like 100 guild coins, but it costs so much more that you're basically just wasting your guild coins. So what I'd recommend is buying quest or admin scrolls, and then if you want, because you're not collecting those all these quest rewards, so you're not getting all that XP that you're seeing right over here. So your level will be extremely low. Like right now, I'm at about Castle 10 and only not even level 30 yet. So just because I haven't collected those, I don't have a lot of my level isn't that high. So you could go over to here, and then you can go to player EXP boosts and just use that, get 25% for that, and then each of these quests that you do, you can get, like I said, you can get materials. Sometimes you'll get lucky enough to get jewels for your account. Like, as you see, I'm just getting materials and stuff. You can just keep doing that, getting more materials and stuff. It's way more cheaper. Or maybe say your gear is really good and you don't need to buy, or you're just needing jewels, you can go to chest and buy jewel chests. But they are pretty expensive, and sometimes you don't get exactly what you want. But that is one of the many ways you can get your stuff, and it'll help dramatically using those pointers and stuff. But that's all I can think about for now about what you need for your trap. Basically went over everything. But if you can kind of follow those steps, even if you're free to play, is perfectly fine. And another thing, actually, I did forget to mention, I'm kind of remembering things as I'm about to end it, but like I said, I'm saving up all my speed ups. You do not want to use your speed ups. Right now, on my other account, I got maybe 10 days worth of speed ups saved up, and I'm only Castle 10. I could use all those speed ups and get me automatically to Castle 17 right now easily. But I don't want to do that, because if I use all my speed ups, how am I going to train troops? I have no speed ups. Right now, like I said, I have 400 and something troops. I could make, say if I already had tier 4 and I had that many days worth of troops or whatever, or things, or speed ups, I could have maybe 200,000 of each tier 4 or possibly more. So you want to save up your speed ups. Try not to spend them. Research speed ups are okay to spend. I was saving them up just because I want to, once I get to tier 3, I can just knock the tier 3 out and just start building tier 3. It doesn't really matter what you do with the research ones, but you want to save your speed ups. So don't be spending your speed ups. If you're pay to play, you'll have no problem with using those, because you can just buy training packs. But you free to play people, I highly recommend saving your speed ups. You gotta learn about patience in this game. Everything is about patience, especially when you get to the future of the game or whatever, the higher peak of the game. Like right now, you can see I still have 32 days for the speed ups. You've seen all the speed ups I have over here. I have not spent one of them on this research. I'm just saving up. I've learned to have patience with the game. But that's all I got for now for you guys. I hope that helped out, and follow those steps, especially if you're a trap, and you should be good. But have a good one, and I'm out.